So, what's your name?
Simeon Carson,
What year are you?
third.
So, where are we now?
We are in the office of the president, which is funny because the last time we were here for a protest, we weren't even allowed past this point. We were informed by our wonderful campus PD that this was private property. So I'm glad that I got a little bit of closure, and I know that that was a lie now because here we are. Nobody's told us it was private property. It's clear that the previous president was just trying to prevent us from having an opportunity to speak our minds and have our voices heard.
So, who is this we?
This we is you know what? This we is a very broad word because it applies to people all across this campus who are dissatisfied with the mediocrity and all of the issues that we face on campus. For instance, my personal issue is the clause to make the diversity courses not a requirement to graduate. And by doing that, that's belittling the cultural experiences of all of these different races. Cal State LA is an 85% campus of color, and as a result, there should be other perspectives than the ones in the books written by white men. As vulgar as it may sound, that is the truth. This campus, the majority of the curriculum, the majority of the things that we learn come from white men, and all of the other voices of the people that have been oppressed by those same men who wrote them books have been silenced. And by taking the diversity course out as a requirement, that's the equivalent of making it a PE class. Mm-hmm. I mean, people optionally take boxing, people optionally take PE, and they're going to categorize ethnic studies amongst those things. We have a right to learn about what our people did, what our people are doing, and what we can do to advance our people. Because truth be told, this is the land of opportunity. This is America, and we're being denied the greatest opportunity: education about yourself. And if you don't know yourself, you don't know anything.
So, how long have you been working for this cause to get diversity courses as a GE?
Since the day I walked through these campus doors. I originally got involved when the Summer Bridge program was going to eliminate the Pan-African Studies course, which was essentially like a sociology course where the teacher would discuss various issues that have been kept out of history books, various things that apply to other perspectives other than that white perspective. And when I saw how much that class changed my life, and they told me that they were getting rid of that class, I felt a need to stand up and use my God-given right and my amendment right to free speech. You know.
My name is Mayra Vanhet.
What year are you?
I'm a senior.
And so, why are you here today?
I'm here because I think ethnic studies is very important, especially on this campus, because this campus was built on community and getting a higher education. So I think it's very important to have that because that's a big part of the history here in Cal State LA. And as you can see, the campus is very diverse. So I think it's very necessary for students to actually have access to diversity courses, and as well as be able to the need to take a class, because if they have the ability to take a class, they have the ability to understand different other cultures. And if you're able to understand different other cultures, you'll be able to work with them, have better access to network with them. So I think it's a good benefit for the student other than affecting them in any kind of way. So I think it's very important. And I think for me, it helped me a lot knowing about my culture. I'm considered Chicana. So it helped me a lot because it made me see that there are people like me out there that actually did make a change. They actually were able to get a higher education. They actually wrote books. They actually spoke out. They actually represent us up there, in the States. So I think that helped me a lot, and I think it's very important because that's the only way we're actually going to move forward.
So is this, demonstration, is this only about ethnic studies, or is it about other things as well, or what can people do in this?
Well, for this, I feel like it's ethnic studies because we feel like it's very important, especially to have this on this campus, like I said, and I think it's important to everybody because not many of us know a lot about our history or our background or where we come from. So I think if people knew where they came from and understood a little bit more about themselves, I think they'll feel a little bit more confident and they'll be able to, do better.
Made the requirement to take 2 diversity courses being taken away, and in doing that, you're making our class the equivalent of a PE or a boxing class, just something you take optionally. And there's so many people from so many different walks of life who attend this campus, who've never been around any cultures, and there's a lot of people that's intolerant. These classes teach you tolerance, and they show the bond that we all have as human beings.
I've been changed through taking these classes. I've been a different person through taking these classes.
You know?
I mean, think
about this.
One at a time.
Yeah,
you can't hear everybody. Studies is a crucial program. I've supported it everywhere I've been, and I want to see it thrive here as well. And I'm glad that you students are so devoted to it because it's very worthwhile pursuit.
From the meeting from Tuesday, is that going to get a revote? Yeah. From the meeting
I
on
don't
Tuesday.
run the Senate.
He doesn't
I don't run the
chair
Senate.
it.
The Senate is the faculty senate, and the president does not intervene in those matters. So
what can we do to go about getting something and getting our voices heard?
Right.
You have student senators who
There's only 5 out of 50 senators.
That's
Does
true.
not represent the whole student body.
That
We're
is-
so
that
many
is-
students, and we cannot just be represented with 5 student body. I don't think.
I mean, I would like to add something right now, and I would like to speak directly to you. I've seen a lot of the changes they're implementing on this campus, and I was one that attended that Martin Luther King event, right?
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I think that's the first time that's happened on this campus, right? And I commend you for that, but I need you to recognize the opportunity you have in front of you, because this is your first year, you're making a lot of changes, but also take into account what these students can help you with. Because you might not know everything that's on this campus, but I'm sure that you want to get a grip hold of what we're trying to do. Everybody here is very concerned. We're trying to voice our concern, and we've seen you before, and we would like to. I feel like you're more level-headed to hear us out because you don't know anything.
Oh, he's very level.
Hey, and you know what? That's not a personal shot. But I'm speaking on behalf of these students that were there at that meeting at the Academic Senate.
Sure.
You should be able to go into the Academic Senate meeting and look at the people that serve on that board, because some people were making stereotypical comments, racially based comments, and these are individuals who determine our fate, our educational fate. So for me, that's very disturbing, and I understand that it's something of importance that these students are involved, community engagement, civic duty, all these things are things we're talking about, but we need to implement them into our curriculum, and that's not happening. And that's our concern.
And that's our biggest concern.
So we need to
make that clear to both of you guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's a problem of this institution of communication with students and the administrators and faculty. I just don't want this to become just an ethnic studies thing. This is a whole school. It's much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that.
I would love that you guys go and look for additional things we can improve, things that you might think are important as well to the student, because the student has just as much say in this process as you should.
Right.
Yeah. We're trying to ensure that. You know?
Right.
Going back to what you said about the ethnic studies and things that happen with the Senate, you said that it's not going to weaken, and it's not about that. It's about straightening it, and I feel that it should be a requirement for everyone to take at least an ethnic studies course, basically because it's a requirement, and because I feel that if you graduate without taking an ethnic studies course, you will be uneducated.
The provost has said that he and I will be meeting with the ethnic studies faculty, and our agenda will be to figure out ways to strengthen.
So thank you for the say of how to strengthen the program as well, because we're the ones that are going to be taking the courses, so we would want to see certain courses being provided to us.
Yeah, and we have some of our ideas right there, things that we like about campus and things that we want to see improved. And we're going to put that on a sheet. We're not going to give you that. We're going to write down like the 10 main things, and we're going to send it to every vice president, and we're going to send it to you and to you, Provost.
Okay,
and I
that's
want
fine.
to thank you for coming, and I have a question on behalf of the students. What's the next step for us? What do we do as of now?
Well,
As far as the communication.
as far as the issue around the Senate, as I said, I would recommend that you contact the Senate Executive Committee or the chair of the Faculty Senate, Professor Baskey, and express your concerns about the Senate meeting. Relative to ethnic studies generally, the provost and I will be meeting with the faculty of ethnic studies. We'll be asking them to communicate to you, the results or the initiatives that come out of that meeting. And apart from that, if there are other issues surrounding the university, just get the word to us and we'll look into it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you. All right, take care. Thank you.
Can I say a few words?